Um, I want to go to Mr. Ronan and Mr. Mayor on a slightly different question. A lot of people believe that what the party needs is a generational choice. You're the two youngest people sitting up on this stage. Does the Democratic Party need to pass the baton to the next generation? And are you the ones to take it? Make the case for why the party should hand off control to somebody of your generation. Mr. Ronan and then Mr. Mayor.
Well, Pete, what do you think? You think we're the next generation of leaders? Of course we are. That's not the question. The question is, are we finally going to get a place at the table? I ran for state representative. I served my country in the Air Force for 7 years. I served overseas, and now I'm a reservist. I am still serving my country while doing this. Why? Because it matters. Because I care. Because we believe in service, and every single millennial out there has vested interest in our future. And if we don't give them the chance to step up, if we don't mentor them to step up, and if we don't give them the tools to succeed, we will fail. So it's a little self-serving to say that, yep, we absolutely need a millennial up here on the DNC chair, but in a sense, it's true. Because we grew up in a great economy that we watched get destroyed. We saw the technology boom. We saw everything that has changed in our country since the 90s. We are probably one of the most diverse and versatile people because of that. We've dealt with the landlines and dial-up internet, and now we have cell phones and fiber optic cable. So not only are we generationally moving forward, and as a generation do we see more and want to participate in more, we have the drive, we have the passion. And we've seen that in the Bernie-crats, we've seen that with the progressives, and we've seen that with all of these local candidacies that have been going on. No tools at my disposal. I asked my party for help, and they couldn't deliver. I asked them for just contact information for local news media. Couldn't give me anything. How can I win? How can you win? How can we as millennials win if we don't have the tools to succeed? So I'm sorry I'm digressing a little bit.
That's all right.
I just wanted to finish up with this. We're talking about money. We're talking about structure. Well, guess what? The military loves to do things with redundancy, but they also do it with efficiency. We need to centralize the DNC. We don't need a DNC that gives money to the states, then that gives money to the local party. What we need is an up-down communication that's centralized. We need PACs set up so that the big money is going to the top, and then going into the middle, and going to the bottom. And we need to consolidate. We need to consolidate our resources.
All right, now I'm going to interrupt you because you're off the question I asked you. I'm sorry. Let's finish up, and we'll go to Mr. Mayor. Okay.
By consolidating our resources, we give new people, those millennials who do not know the path, do not know the game, a chance to win.
Right. Our march is going to be the new way that the resistance manifests itself. Is that what chair candidates, in your case, believe we should be doing, that the country should be doing?
Well, first off, I'd like to say, vive la résistance, because we need to fight. And we don't need to do it timidly. We don't need to do it mildly. We need to do it aggressively, because that's what they've done to us. What do you think ALEC is? That's a Republican organization that is shoving conservative beliefs and policies down the throats of legislators all across the country, and now they have won. They have won in Ohio, they have won in the Rust Belt states, they have won all over the country, and we are being held by the throat by these people. So no, we will fight. And fortunately, to answer the question directly and succinctly, yes, protesting is the way forward. Why? Effective. We have to protest, we have to organize, because that's the only thing left to us.
Right.
If we could get people to get elected into office and maintain their integrity and actually do what they said they would do, we wouldn't have to protest, because it would be getting done. But it's not. And who's the ones going out there fighting? The ones who are passionate, the ones who have been ignored, the Bernie-crats, the millennials, and the new Democrats and independents who have never had a voice before. So as DNC chair, you bet I will help organize those protests, and I'll make sure the doors are open to men and women like me and everybody else here who are finally at the table.
Mr. Ronan, 1 minute, please.
I'll do my best. So we have a lot of talent up here, and the one thing we haven't been discussing is how do you in the room get to affect us here at the table? Many of you may or may not know that it's only DNC members that get to vote. So why has that not been discussed yet? If we're going to change this party and make it for the people, should we or should we not make it for the people? I know I might be shooting my foot, and I'm not trying to. I'm trying to reach out to you encourage you to think about that future. We are the future. He's the future. All of us here in this room need a voice, and we need the ability to succeed. And I want to point out one more thing. We talked about protesting as being the one thing left for us to fight with. That's not true. We have an army of lawyers. We have people like him who knows exactly what needs to be done, but we're not utilizing those resources. We could be shoving lawyers down the throats of the DNC and Republican states day in and day out, but we choose not to. As DNC chair, I would fight tooth and nail at every single level that we can do, and I'd be encouraging people to step up
And please.
and take the places of the people here.
Thank you, Mr. Ronan.